The following podcast is brought to you by the Johners Podcasting Network, found exclusively at wrestlingwithjohners.com.
Forget Mount Rushmore. Is Kevin Owens about to become WWE champion in 2022? Welcome everybody to Bucklebomb Entertainment. It's your Wednesday night roundup. Introducing first your reigning and defending Bucklebomb champion of the world. DM Grizzle really needs to sort out a title match. It's from Luke United Kingdom, Luke and George. And joining me, your friend and mine, just the best person in Bucklebomb. We all know him as Orlando. There we go. He's that way.
Oh, that's sweet of you. Thank you. That's sweet of you.
How are you doing? Good. Fine, sir. As I speak to you now, there are 10 days to go until Christmas, 11 days to go until the our end of year blast, the awards.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm just still trying to decide what I'm going to buy for my family. So I'm always late when it comes to that.
Yikes, indeed. But of course, we must start with the biggest news of the day that has broken out in the early hours over here. Whilst we may talk, it is 11 days till Christmas. It is 15 days until day one in Atlanta, Georgia. And the one person that's in that main event, the one we've been talking about for weeks on end, Kevin Owens, Mr. Kevin Steen. The rumors have just been kibosh. He has just signed a new multi-year deal with WWE.
Yes, he did. So, I mean, we're wondering if he was going to go to AEW, but it seems like we can now put those rumors to rest. He is now staying with WWE. So, I think what he wants, I'm thinking this is what he wants. I think he wants to get the WWE Championship and he wants to get the tag team titles because he's been saying that he wants to be that the Grand Slam champion. So, I'm thinking he's trying to work on that.
According to Fightful Select's Sean Ross Sapp, highlighted by Marco Perry of Ringside News, Owens has signed a new multi-year deal with the company. WWE made Owens an excellent offer, and WWE sources are over the moon about keeping hold of Kevin Owens. Well, why wouldn't you be? Because you just signed somebody who was just about to reform Mount Rushmore in All Elite Wrestling. A very hot commodity, as we just seen with Final Battle over the weekend, is that this man can wrestle and you need no introduction into what the man can do in the independent scene, but the fact they've locked him into Titan Towers is a huge, huge gain.
Yes, it is. I mean, we were all speculating, will he go to AEW? Will he feud with Adam Cole in AEW? Will he team with Adam Cole in the Bucks? I mean, will he feud with Kenny Omega? I mean, a lot of people were thinking about that, but no, he decided to stay with WWE. Let's not forget, he has a good relationship with Vince McMahon. I mean, regardless of how his creative is, I mean, he had a good 5 years that he's been in the company. Let's not, come on now. When he first came in, he became NXT champion. He feuded with John Cena after he,
NXT, his main roster debut as NXT champion. Here go and whip John Cena's ass not once but twice.
Exactly. They could easily put that up as something very important, So I mean, he became the second person to be the Universal Champion, so he has that in history as well, So I mean, there's good things that you have to think about. I know everybody's just sad to be oh, I wanted him in AEW by AEW, but no, look, it's his decision. KO wanted to stay, and now he has a multi-deal. He really probably worked them so that way he can get this good deal, in my opinion.
Let me turn this on its head. Does AEW need Kevin Steen in their company, though?
Honestly, no, they don't. They're already stacked as it is. Look, Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho hasn't been on the show for a few weeks now, and we're not really missing them, honestly,
I'll bring up a point I made last week on the show, and I talked about Jericho was talking about, not even being remembered on AEW, even though he's one of the founding fathers, and obviously the success he'd had as Le Champion, and the Dinner Debonair, and what he's done with the Inner Circle is that, it's so stacked. It's so a brand new high level that Jericho's mid card at best, and that's the high quality they've built themselves up to. And so, if to add another name to that, you do think that, well, there is an element where it is that Jenga towers. How many layers can you start adding to the top where it starts to wobble a little bit, and you think, well, all of this could go wrong at any point.
Yeah, and like think about it. There's still a lot of people that haven't really signed with AEW yet. Like, they're saying about Bray Wyatt. Will Bray Wyatt be showing up in AEW soon? I mean that would be smart. I mean, they still have look, they still have CM Punk. They have Bryan Danielson. Adam Page. MJF. Now he's getting a big push. Now it looks like he's probably going to be in the title picture come next year. So I mean, AEW didn't really need Kevin Owens. So I think probably maybe that's why he resigned. Maybe he just saw that, they don't really need him.
Yeah, it's very much a win-win situation where WWE have kept a very huge asset to their company, but AEW have not really missed out on a talent that ultimately, as much as he is a great performer and a great worker, is that actually they could do with holding off for him for at least another year or two, and certainly details of this contract will come out in weeks to come. That's certainly for sure. But of course, all talk is about day one on New Year's Day. The triple threat has now been made a fatal four-way after Bobby Lashley, the almighty Bobby Lashley, has been added to that match after he squashed not only Big E, Seth Rollins, and Kevin Owens in succession because, booking. But yeah, it's now given us the opportunity that that we are expecting something big to happen on day one. And with the run that Big E has had since he won the title, could Kevin Owens become WWE champion?
You never know. I mean, I honestly I don't think it's gonna happen now. Let's just face facts. I'm sorry. I don't think it's gonna happen now. Maybe down the line, I would say maybe after WrestleMania. I think him versus Biggie would probably be like a summer feud. That would be smart for them to do as a summer feud. And you know what? I wouldn't mind them passing back and forth the title. Like Kevin Owens wins it, and then he loses it to Biggie, wins it again. I wouldn't mind that.
It's a funny one because he hasn't held a major singles belt since 2017 when I think the last time he held the gold was when he was Universal Champion, the Festival of Friendship run and everything in between. And God forbid, how can we not forget the 20 seconds that he faced against Goldberg at Fastlane?
Now, mind you, come on now. I think maybe he was, he knew for a fact that he was going to have to job for Goldberg, but maybe he wanted to be in the ring with Goldberg. You never know. Look, we don't really know his intentions, honestly. We don't know if it's family related. We don't know if it's his new deal is just he doesn't have to work live shows, or maybe he does like to work live shows. You never know. So,
well, certainly the information will be leaked, and we'll find out in days to come. But that is one of the main news stories of the day, and yeah, that certainly changes the landscape of what we can expect because tonight is AEW Dynamite. Winter is coming. One of the big episodes of the year, as we saw last year. It's Sting, and that amazing moment. I mean, it felt like yesterday, that episode with the Sting debut and also the Don Callis reveal. I mean, it's utter madness, and the main event of tonight by far and away, AEW champion Hangman Page against Bryan Danielson. If we'd said that 12 months ago, we'd be laughing.
Yeah. No, I mean, I wouldn't be laughing. I would have been intrigued. I'd be like, okay, I would like to see how Evan Page hangs with Bryan Danielson. But now, how this feud has becoming, I'm very excited for this feud right now. I'm just I'm eating this up. I can't wait. I'm just wanting to see what kind of heel Bryan Danielson is going to be. Because I like this version of Bryan Danielson. I think he doesn't like being the uber babyface anymore. I think he's just enjoying now being a dick,
and it's not even that. He's a slick dick, you know.
Yep,
He's very
that's
much
it.
I'm
Yes,
so
that.
good. I'll pin you with one finger, and I'll beat you to like he knows how good he is. Like
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
and again, rewind 10 years, and you know we got the no chance and you know Team Hell No, and that was the kind of heel that WWE presented. But AEW have really redefined the heel turn. And the heel persona, and he's did a fantastic job. It's amazing to see.
Yeah, exactly. I honestly don't think Brian is winning. I mean, I would like it to be. I was hoping maybe for a draw, but I don't want to draw because it's already too soon for a draw again, you know. So I mean, I don't know if I want Paige to win. This one is going to be very hard. I'm just wondering how Tony Khan is going to book this.
Well, it's his first defense since he won it, so he
Yeah,
has to
exactly.
have a
No,
good clean
but like,
defense.
would you want him to lose? That's the thing. You don't want him to lose.
I think Paige could go over, and certainly Danielson would have no issues in taking the loss. I think he's been on a good run and had a good run of wrestlers put in front of him in weeks and months that actually, you know, a loss wouldn't hurt him.
Okay, I could see that. Maybe he doesn't want to win the big title. I don't know. You never know. I mean, like, even though his persona is like saying like he does, but I mean, I'm just excited for this match. I think this is going to probably be a banger of a match. You know, I'm excited.
It is certainly a lot of intrigue also on the card tonight. We've got the final of the Diamond Battle Ring, whatever they want to call it, Diamond Ring thing. Maxwell Jacob Friedman going for a triple crown, Diamond Crown, Diamond Ring holder against Dante Martin. Does MJF keep hold to his ring, or could we see an upset?
I think we're going to see an upset because like what I don't know, because like it's going to be interesting on how they're going to book this because like now Dante has like a feud with Team Taz, and we just found out that they kind of played Team Taz, him and Leo Rush. So so we may see Team Taz in this match, coming into
Hook.
Yeah.
That's what everyone's talking about. Hook.
Yeah, I don't get his appeal, but yeah, look, he had a great match on Rampage. I gotta say, like I think he's gonna go places. I'm just wanting to see a little bit more, with Hook, but
I will talk about Hook in just a few moments' time, but certainly Maxwell Jacob Friedman, of course, last week coming in the final two in his hometown in Long Island. Coming into the
which I gotta say, that was so weird just hearing the crowd cheer for him. I was like, and then they were booing CM Punk. I was like, what is this?
Name me a better character in wrestling today that has such heel appeal, but also the talent and the character work and just the way he can manipulate. I mean, we saw in the labors of Jericho and that storyline how MJF can really go. But what we're seeing with CM Punk, a dream feud and arguably promo of the year, those 15 minutes through those two was so magnifique from start to finish.
Yeah.
But you know, he could turn face at any point, and he doesn't need to win. He's that good.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, you know what? I don't think Punk is winning this. I'm thinking MJF is going to win this feud because what is happening is just that he's getting elevated more, because I'm thinking he's going to be the one to challenge Paige to win the title. Because I don't know how long Kenny needs to be out. So I don't know if like either Kenny is not going to come back to face the champion yet, or he may be going into a program with Bryan Danielson. You never know. I mean, like, I want them to have another match together because like they had that draw, and I think a lot of people wanted more. So
I think certainly Omega and the Bucks can afford to take a back seat. Certainly they want to take a bit of time off, and obviously they've got a game to focus on. But on the other hand, Double or Nothing, All Out, it's very doable that we could see any combination of Omega, Danielson, Punk, Friedman in the main event competing for the world title, and I think that's the high caliber that we're talking about here. But certainly for tonight for the ring, I think Friedman, MJF could quite easily go. But Dante Martin, what a rub that would be. Certainly if you're double crossing Team Taz last week and could be going for the diamond ring tonight. What a massive push that would be. The other two matches on the card that you were able to see: Hikaru Shida versus Serena Deeb. Oh, that should be.
I'm hoping they give them a good amount of time, these ladies, because they know how to work the crowd. Their last two encounters were great. I mean, so
should be a joy to see. And of course, Wardlow against Matt Sydal. Of course, we've all seen how Wardlow is such a
R.I.P. Matt Sydal. He's going to take another loss, unfortunately. I mean, unless they want to pursue the they're going to continue the story of where MJF costs Wardlow like an opportunity or something, or so we'll see.
We'll certainly see, indeed. But not long left to see the episode and see what goes down. But of course,
do you think any debuts is going to happen tonight?
Let's go down that segue. I'm going to say no.
You say no?
I say no. I think there is the thing with a good debut is you expect the unexpected. Now, of course, I was talking to quite a few friends of mine about CM Punk's debut in AEW. That moment will stay with me forever.
Of course. No, a lot of them, of course.
It was 7 years. We never fully knew if he would be there. And we were expecting maybe a part of us felt we're going to have the rug pulled right underneath us and it will be an MJF twist or something or other. So we never really knew that we were there. So it's always the best ones are the ones that are most unexpected. And I think there's so much pressure on Wyndham Rotunda showing up, or certainly Adam Scherr, a part of Braun Strowman, or even some Ring of Honor debuts, is that they've got so much programming in the next 4 weeks between now and Battle of the Belts and their move over to TBS, is that they don't need to rush. They can take their time and they'll still be able to pack the punch. They've got Christmas Day programming to worry about.
And New Year's Eve too. So, I mean.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, I mean, they already have like a Christmas Day match, which is Cody Rhodes versus Sammy Guevara. So
exactly. What a match to give us,
Yeah, exactly. No, I think the debut will happen tonight. Will be the Briscoes after what happened with the pay-per-view. I can see the Briscoes debut. I mean, I'm sorry, like that pay-per-view from Ring of Honor was amazing. Oh my god, that was an amazing pay-per-view. I just have to say. Kudos to all of them, all of the talent there. They brought their A game at that time, so I'm glad to hear about that. So, but yeah, I could see the Briscoes. I mean, come on now, they're probably going to set up, the Briscoes versus FTR. Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, they are champs, so I mean, I don't know if they want to add, Lucha Bros. Ooh, I want to see that, a triple threat match between all three of these teams. Ooh, give me that.
Give me all the best tag teams. I mean, yeah, of course, the Briscoe brothers are certainly the biggest unsung acts going right now. I guess to an extent, the Briscoes of 2021 are the Young Bucks of 2016, in that they've had such a good run in Ring of Honor and built themselves up so high up on the independent circuit that now it's actually time for them to have main roster exposure and to really face the big guns and see if they can really step up and go. So I'll be certainly excited to see that. But so moving swiftly onto Final Battle from Saturday night, is obviously we saw Jonathan Gresham become the new Ring of Honor World Champion, and he said he wanted to defend his title here, there, and everywhere whilst the future of Ring of Honor remains up in the air. Could see Gresham come up on All Elite Wrestling. Could see him go against some former Ring of Honor stars, namely
Daniel
one.
Bryan wants Brian Danielson wants to face him. So I mean, who those two facing each other? Come on now. I mean, everybody wants to face Jonathan Gresham, but it's just like oof. And now he's doing his own promotion. The man is just like the man knows what he's doing. So I mean, it's just like I would love to see him. I would love to see Josh Woods. I mean, he was just on Dark, so I got to catch that match that he was on Dark. Who else is it? I would like to see some of the women be in AEW. They need some help with their women's division. Like an Angelina Love, like that. She's a legend in the business. So I mean, I would like her versus Britt Baker.
But then surely would you not see some of them going to women wrestling for next year?
No, because it seemed like WoW is more like character based. It doesn't seem like it's actual wrestling personas. I mean, you could see them. I mean, I wouldn't mind that, but we don't even know when they're actually going to start. I mean, it's coming in 2022, but So I mean,
point. It's a fair point to make, and I think certainly that again you mentioned Angelina Love, of course, one half of the Beautiful People. There are very few icons from that knockout era of TNA that are going about. One being Mickie James, the other being Angelina Love.
And now like Roxy is going to be in the mix. Now that's a smart thing to do from Impact to get her because and then like have like Deonna Purrazzo to show up on the pay-per-view. I mean, I was just like, what? I was like, oh, give me this match. Give me a 3-way. Mickie versus Deonna versus Roxy. Give me that. I just, I mean, like, and then you can add maybe some more girls into the Knockouts division. You see, like, there's so much potential that could be done if, the companies would like to embrace some of the people. I think they are. It's just like, when is the question, and they're going to show up. That's the thing. Like look at what happened.
I was just going to say, it's funny, isn't it, that we're talking so highly about the women's division, especially at AEW, when a year ago and they were in deep trouble, especially when they put so much focus on their Joshi wrestlers, and obviously with COVID-19, nobody could have predicted that, and certainly that was a bad stroke of luck. But certainly on the other hand, is that they've really been able to recover with people like Serena Deeb, who came in as NWA champion. Let's not forget, and the work that she's been able to put in has allowed the division itself to grow, and the sort of the competitors, and obviously the growth of Bitbreaker DMD has been exponential.
Mm-hmm.
So
and let's not forget, like, I know there's some people are showing up in NWA as well. So like NWA is trying to get some people, like Matt Taven and Mike Bennett showed up a few times in NWA. I think they were in their pay-per-view too. I think I don't recall.
Believe so.
I have to get that pay-per-view, but yeah. So I mean, there's that, and also EC3 is creating his own promotion as well. The Control Your Narrative, now
Control Your Narrative.
They just added like 3 guys that they just like kind of beat up and took out, which I was like shocked to see Braun Strowman show up. I was like, holy crap. That's amazing just to see.
Who'd have thought that in 2021 that we would have a faction including EC3, Braun Strowman, and Killer Cross?
I know. I just saw that Killer Cross is going to be. You know what? And it's smart because, like, it kind of fits that kind of style that they're doing. Because what I'm seeing, it's kind of like almost shoot fighting in a sense. So I could totally see Killian Cross doing that. So
yeah,
and then like if his wife wants to, Scarlett could go to AAA, or if she wants to go back to Impact. I mean, she said she doesn't want to go to Impact, so that's unfortunate. But I mean, she could go to WoW as well. I mean, I could see her as like a Scarlett, or what's it called, a star making type of like beauty there. Some sort of like character of a beauty queen or something.
Yeah. Again, the possibilities are endless, and we could talk for hours on end about what doors can be open in 2022. But certainly, it's going to be a hot year for independent talent, especially those who have really walked away from the company and been able to start anew. And that good luck to all of those. I guess we've mentioned. I'm going to move swiftly on, talk about something else. And one thing that has certainly caught my eye, according to Pro Wrestling Tees, Hook has beaten CM Punk for T-shirt sales on ProWrestlingTees.com.
But one shirt. He doesn't even have a lot of merch. That one merch, he outsold everybody. Everybody. You know what it is? I think everybody was like so anticipating his like debut. They're just like, so that's why probably they're like now the hookers, they're now being called. They now want to purchase his merch so that way we can get a lot more, so. I mean, like, look, he had an impressive debut. I mean, like, I'm just wanting to see a lot more from him just to see what he can do, see him face more people, so.
Exactly. And just I think that the obviously the link with Taz and sort of the up and coming sort of prospect that he's been built for weeks and weeks and weeks is that the sooner we get CM Punk versus Hook, the better we're gonna actually explode.
You think we're gonna get This Is Awesome chance?
It's gonna make him. It's gonna make him, and you know what? That's how you build the next generation, right? Forget what WWE are doing with Next in Line and their college athletes, which we'll come back to in a little bit. But this is how you build them. This is how you build the prestige and the anticipation that we want to see how you can go, what you've learned, and what you've got to go. Send Hook.
Exactly. I just just seeing Hook. The people go crazy for him. I don't see. I mean, yes, I see that he's a good looking guy, with the messy hair and like the attitude of like he doesn't really care in a sense, I don't know, but
exactly. Gonna dip over the Pacific Ocean. I'm gonna talk a little bit New Japan. First and foremost, the winner of the Best of the Super Juniors 28 and competing at Wrestle Kingdom in a couple of weeks' time is Hiromu Takahashi. We're taking on El Desperado for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship.
Okay.
3 nights of Wrestle Kingdom.
I gotta catch up on my New Japan. Summit Wrestling.
It's mid-December. Now's the perfect time to get back familiar with New Japan, ready for Wrestle Kingdom.
I'm excited to see Wrestle Kingdom. I mean, like a 3-night event. I don't know how that's gonna be like.
3 nights on top of AEW, on top of the day one, and on top of all of that.
Oh, January is gonna be stacked then. Oh, and then Hard to Kill too. Don't forget about Hard to Kill. They're stacking up Hard to Kill as well from Impact Wrestling. They have their own triple threat match: Moose versus Morrissey versus the Cardona. The first ever Ultimate X match with the knockouts. That's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Nikki versus Diana 2. I am hoping Roxy is like watching or like going to be like there.
One person who will definitely be making his return in ring is Katsuri Shibata. Will be returning to Wrestle Kingdom 16. He announced that he will be stepping back in the ring at Wrestle Kingdom, and he hasn't had a fight since April 2017. So it'll be exciting to see him back after 5 years away, and it's always good to make a return.
Oh wow! Okay.
I guess the arguably one of the biggest wrestling shows of the year. Period. And it's always fun to do it at the start of the year. One news that came certainly woke me up this morning, and it came via Khabib Nurmagomedov, the UFC fighter. WWE, go and get Hasbulla.
Oh, okay. I don't know why. I mean, they always want to get those like UFC or MMA fighters type of thing. I mean, like, look, they got Ronda Rousey, they got Tyson Fury. So I mean, I understand it. It's smart marketing. To like have a cross promotion or something. So
Hasbulla though.
I,
The,
I don't.
like we laugh and we cried with Hornswoggle and all that jazz, but Hasbulla is just a different breed of human being.
Listen. If Jonathan Gresham and Hornswoggle could be champions, okay. I can't believe I put Jonathan Gresham in the same category as. Oh God, that's so bad of me. Jonathan Gresham is like a wrestling genius. I should not say that.
Should we move on quite quickly and talk
Yes,
about
let's
something more
move quickly before
serious?
we.
Should we talk about how Jeff Hardy is doing okay?
Yeah. So what I heard was So go ahead and say the first, and then we'll.
So he's so we noticed I think it was yesterday or the day before he featured on Matt Hardy's Twitch stream, and they both announced that they're both doing meet and greets over the weekend, and that Matt Hardy is reassured that he's doing okay and well, and he seems happy, which is a definite relief to what some thoughts were going around last week when he was released by the company. Is that it does start to wonder if it wasn't a serious issue as to why he went rogue and decided to walk out of the live event match, then sort of what's been going on with Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, I mean, it was odd that he decided to just walk towards the crowd. I mean, that's probably why WWE was a little suspicious with him because, if they did jump the gun, I mean that's on them, but they had every intention to like jump the gun, in my opinion, because they dealt with this several times. With him, he's had so many incidents of like drug abuse and alcohol abuse. I mean, I'm a fan of Jeff Hardy, but sometimes it's just like he sometimes just needs to like stay away from wrestling, honestly, I think altogether, in my opinion. But if he wants to have one more run with his brother and wants to retire with as a Hardy boy, I mean, by all means, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think ultimately, as long as he's doing okay, that's the main ultimate thing. And if he wants to take time out, by all means, I think that's the
I mean,
important.
if his family is saying that he's okay, then I mean that's saying something, because like Matt Hardy and especially his wife, Rebel, I'm sorry, Reba, would say something because they had their little beef, her and Jeff Hardy. So, they've always had their family drama. So,
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, it would certainly twist up Team Extreme being in AEW, and I say the Hardy family office.
I don't know. It's gonna happen. I give it until maybe give it until March. Wait, he got released. What was it? The first week of December, right? Was it, or the end of November?
Yeah.
It was around that time. So it will be after Revolutions that we'll probably see the Hardy Boys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking right now what's going to happen is just that Matt Hardy may be taken out of TV so that way he'll be with his brother, and then the tease is going to start for the Hardy Boys together in AEW.
Yeah, that is certainly for sure. One final story to wrap up on. I've got to talk about WWE Next in Line. That's their big push at the moment, and some of the people that they've got in the program, I'm going to run through them and get your thoughts and get your feelings about whether it could be work, it could be a bad idea for some of these college athletes. So let's go through them quickly. He says, trying to call up the long list of graduates.
Yeah,
so we've got,
it was like 15, I think.
Is a list of 15. We've got a track and field star, Carlos Alvarez. We've got twins, and Haley and Hannah Kavinda from basketball.
Oh no, I've heard reports that they wanted these twins for a while, so I'm not surprised. So I mean, they probably want to replicate the Bella twins in a sense. So I mean,
well, you can look, but you can't touch. And not sure if you've watched the FCW story, but certainly twins certainly go down well with Vince. Yeah. We've got AJ Ferrari. He's
now I think he's going to be a bit of an issue because like I seen his activities in Twitter. I mean, very red. If you know what red means in the U.S., you get what my drift. But
Fill
I
us
mean,
in.
like, you never know. I'm sorry.
Fill us in for those in this side of the Atlantic.
Republican.
Okay.
So he's So I mean, like, look, I mean, he could be a nice guy, but however, I did read a few of his tweets. I mean, he's very arrogant. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being arrogant and know your stuff. You know, like, you're good at what you're doing. So I mean, I think he'll probably impress over there in WWE. So we'll see.
Got Lexi Gordon, Alicia Hutchins, John Cran, Glenn Logan, Isaac Ogduson, Mason Paris, Masai Russell, John Seaton, John Spivak, Dalton Wagner, and Riley White are the last ones. I mean, remains to be seen what comes of it. There could be extras. They could be NXT 2.0 bound. You just never know.
Well, I mean, the taller guys are going to be wrestlers because that's what they want. There's a lot of guys that are like not like under 6 feet. I mean, I haven't really checked, but most of them are at least like 6'4" and or taller. You know, so I mean, like, look, Vince loves his big guys, so I mean, like, now he is going to start them young. I mean, like, look, if the Performance Center is able, like, look, if they were able to help Bad Bunny have an amazing WrestleMania match, that Performance Center could do wonders for a lot of these athletes if they want to be wrestlers. That's the thing.
Precisely. Just before we go, of course, we alluded to it a little bit earlier on. The Blasties are coming. I think we can announce it will be on.
Yeah, I think we could just announce it now.
Boxing Day, December 26th. We will be announcing the winners of the Blasties 2021. So stay tuned for that, and then we will have the 2021 Power Rankings, top 200 men, top 75 women, to round off 2021. So stay tuned for that, and I'm sure we'll be doing a watch along for day one as well. So yeah, 'tis the season to be a wrestling fan, isn't it?
Yeah. If you don't hear from us, happy holidays to everybody.
Oh,
happy New Year.
That's a lie. Of course you're going to be hearing from us. We have lots of work to do.
People get busy during the holidays, but you know what? Please just still listen to us whenever you hear a new podcast come up, because we're all podcast forms. You know, we will upload it on the YouTube channel. Please, you know, like, follow, subscribe to us, please. You know, so that way you keep up to date with everything, please.
Perfect way to round out. I've been Luke Antiwalsh. That has been Orlando. We'll see you next week on Bucklebomb Entertainment.
Bye-bye.